just when you thought it was over for Ukraine. They taking back parts of their land and stuff back from Russia, and they being violent with it.
Another blue and yellow flag is unfurled in eastern Ukraine. Establishing it on our land, the soldiers say. As Ukrainian forces roll into Lyman, signs that many Russian troops didn't make it out. Russia says its troops have withdrawn to avoid being surrounded by Ukraine's army. It was thought there were around 5,000 in the city, now back under Ukrainian control. Big waves could see Russia cross a line. The leader of Chechnya, a close Kremlin ally, said Moscow should consider using a low-yield nuclear weapon in response. Lyman is a strategic city in the northeast Donetsk region. Since Russia captured it in May, they've transformed the city into a major logistics hub for troop deployments and ammunition supplies. Capturing Lyman would allow Ukraine to completely mop up the northern part of the Donetsk region and move further into Luhansk. The Donetsk and Luhansk regions together make up the wider Donbass region. The area has been a major focus for Russia. Lyman's capture is one of Russia's worst military defeats since the start of its invasion in February. Just a day after celebrations in Moscow's Red Square, after these two regions and two others were declared as Russia. All this makes a mockery of Vladimir Putin's big announcement yesterday, demonstrating that he can't hold what he just annexed. The US president said the annexation was a sign Putin was struggling. Joe Biden had this warning for the Russian president.
I want to say this again. America is fully prepared with our NATO allies to defend every single inch of NATO territory. Every single inch. So, Mr. Putin, don't misunderstand.
Man, it would have been more believable coming from Donald Trump. You don't believe nothing coming from President Biden because he's so dull and stuff, but you never should judge that because I'm dull too, so you never should judge that. But hey.
And what I'm saying, every inch.
Today, more details emerged of another attack on a civilian convoy, this time in the northeast. Ukraine's security service says women and children were shot dead by Russians at close range in no man's land. They were caught between a recently liberated town and an occupied one. Many Russians want no part in this. Hundreds have fled the country to avoid Putin's mass mobilization. Here, a new recruit gets his weapon. We don't know how many of these men have chosen to be here, or what impact their stories home will have on public support for Russia's war.
Well, I'm joined now by Oleksiy Goncharenko, who's a Ukrainian MP and a member of the Ukrainian delegation to the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe. Thank you so much for coming in. Extraordinary events in the past 24 hours. First of all, this successful offensive in the town of Lyman. How significant is that?
It is extremely significant. I know this town very good. Previously, before the invasion, Goncharenko Center, one of our network, worked there, so I've been there many times. And it is strategically located, and it means it's really the biggest Russian defeat for quite a long time. And the Russian army and Russian units were enveloped there, encircled, more than 5,000 troops. So it's the biggest from 1945, when in April, during the counteroffensive of Wehrmacht, Russian Soviet troops were encircled. So this is a big military failure, and this is a big military success for Ukraine, and I am extremely